welcome to the show. It's so good to see you here today. And you're going to be glad you came because we have a fabulous guest. His name is Rico Caveglia, and he is an ageless training lifestyle expert. In fact, he created, oh my gosh, so many things that I'm just going to tell you a few of them, including the Vitality for Life online training program, the Fast Fitness program, and he runs the Fearless Aging podcast and TV show. Rico is a speaker, author of 29 books and DVD programs, and he's been a health coach for 41 years. And get this, he is a multi-gold and silver medalist in the California State Senior Olympics, and he plays drums in a rock and roll band in San Diego. Welcome, Rico.
Oh, thank you so much. It's really good to connect with you, Jill.
Yes, you are awesome. And of course, walk your talk, right? Which I love.
Yeah, got to walk your talk. Yeah.
You definitely do that. And I see that. And I obviously, hearing all the things you do, I can totally understand, number one, why you stay so young. But you say about you never have to be old. Will you tell us about that?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's the main topic I like to tell people about. You know, we hear so much about anti-aging things these days, right? But I think that's actually the wrong terminology. We're sending the wrong terminology to our brain because you really can't stop aging. Aging is a natural process. When you're 40, then you're 41, you're 42. And if you actually look up the definition of aging, aging means to become fully mature, to reach your full potential, like fine aged wine. So we're here to age, but now old is another story. If you look, the definition of old means to be worn out, used up, unexcited about your life, unable to care for yourself. And guess what? Being old is primarily how you care for your mind and how you care for your body. So those are choices. And so we have a saying at Ageless Living Lifestyle, we have to age, but you don't have to be old, become old in the process. So that's how I came up with that. So, and as we go on, I'll let you know too why I can say that you never have to be old.
I love that. And what is your ageless living lifestyle? What do you do?
Yeah, Ageless Living Lifestyle is a complete mind, body, and spiritual wellness system that I've been developing and teaching and living for over about 30 years. And ongoing process. And how I really came up with that was I actually started, a friend of mine, we started one of the very first modern personal training studios in San Diego in 1982. And then about 3 or 4 years later, my father died of lung cancer because he smoked cigarettes since he was a little kid. And you know, back in those days, people didn't understand how bad smoking was for you. And just like today, still people don't really understand that it's their unhealthy lifestyle that's causing all this chronic illnesses and people getting old and sick and dying way too young. So I decided I didn't want that to happen to me and my clients and anybody else for that matter. I began studying really what does the body really require to live optimally and live a much healthier, longer life. So that's why I came up with the ageless living lifestyle. And like I say, it's still an ongoing process, but it's all strategies. They're proven strategies that work. They work for me. They work for my clients. They work for anybody. It's just a matter, you got to adopt it. You got to do it. What it comes down to, as you know, our beliefs and our thoughts and our words create our reality, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. That's the very first part of the ageless living lifestyle is you got to believe that you can get and stay healthy and energetic all of your life and give yourself a best chance to avoid disease and old age. So it's a whole mindset shift that you got to believe that. If you don't believe it, you're not going to create it. So here's the thing. Most people still just buy into the mainstream narrative that that's just the way it is. We're all going to get old and sick and maybe die about in our 70s, and we might need some long-term care and all those sort of things. So if that's what you buy into, that's what you're going to create. But here's the thing, Jill. You know, science now tells us that our genetic potential is to stay healthy to at least 125. So that means our lifespan could easily be 125, and yet we know that our life expectancy in America is only about 77. So that means most people are missing out on 30, 40, even 50 years of good living. And we know that it's primarily, it's our lifestyle. Even the conservative AMA, the American Medical Association, will now say that vast majority of degenerative diseases like cancer and diabetes and heart disease is preventable with a healthy lifestyle. And so you can't blame it. We know that our genes only play a small role, like 10 to 15% on how healthy we're going to be and how long we're going to live. So people can't blame it on their genes anymore. It's your lifestyle. But that's good news, isn't it? That means because you can change your lifestyle, you can create a healthier lifestyle, and that's what I'm all about, trying to help people realize that it's not that difficult. But you got to take responsibility, you got to step up and create a personalized wellness program, and that'll give you the best opportunity to avoid disease and live a much healthier, energetic, long life. And that's what I have to offer.
I love that. So give me your top 2 tips to have ageless living.
Okay, well, we already talked about the first one. You got to believe you can do it, first of all. The second thing is what I learned from being training people for so long. You got to be into realizing that you're here with a purpose. And everybody has I think, a divine purpose, but everybody has a purpose, how they can make a difference in the world and help other people. When you know you're living your purpose, then you realize that your physical body is your gift and it's your vehicle to do what you're meant to do here. So that's what's going to keep you to stick with it and develop a personal wellness program so you can stay healthy and live longer so that you can live your purpose. So if you're not living your purpose, that's probably why most people don't take better care of their health. And
Yeah.
so I say the third one, well, I mean, we all know that you got to de-stress and you got to move your body and you got to eat healthier food, you got to get sleep and all that. But you know what? Real quickly, there was a study many years ago on centenarians, people who lived to be 100 and were still fairly healthy. And one of the questions they asked them was, why do you think you live this long and you're still can take care of yourself? And almost 90% of them said, because I enjoyed my life. I wasn't all stressed out. I had fun. So that's actually number 10 on my list, but I think that's the most important. You got to have fun. Don't take your life so serious. If you have fun and you're enjoying yourself, I think that's the best medicine you can give yourself, and that's going to give you the best opportunity to live a much healthier, longer life.
Oh, that is definitely good medicine.
Yeah.
Have fun, check your mindset, and that is something different. So, Rico, I know that our audience is going to want to learn more about your ageless living lifestyle. Can you let them know how to get connected to you and about your free gift?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so if you go to my main website, agelesslivinglifestyle.com, first of all, you can take our aging assessment. It's a free assessment, and you'll find out how well you are aging. And I like to tell people, if you don't like the results, you can book a free call with me, and we'll discuss what health or fitness or premature aging challenges you're having, and I'll do my best to give you some quick and easy solutions. And then, of course, there also you can find I have some online coaching programs where we can talk about if you're interested. I can actually coach with virtually and help you develop your own personal ageless living lifestyle wellness program.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. And I
Hmm.
just want to thank you so much for stopping by. You are a wonderful vision and you do practice what you preach. And I know that. And I'm delighted and excited to have your excitement uh, inspire our viewers for more healthy lifestyles. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Rico. And thank you, everybody, for dropping by. I'd love for you to make sure that you go to jilllublin.com, check it out. Let's connect. And I look forward to seeing you at the next episode. Until then, take care, keep being kind. Bye bye, everyone.